Okay, so here's hopefully a quick tutorial on 3 very complicated Excel tricks. So let's take a look at what I set up here. It's just a little table that allows you to price a bond. The cells in rows or in columns D through J are user inputs, and the cell K33 is a formula. It's an if-then statement. Let's just take a peek at the user inputs first. These 4 are self-explanatory, but the coupons paid. We want the user to be able to change whether they're paid annually or semi-annually. So right now it's set at annually. If I just type in semi-annually, take a peek when I press enter at the price, which is in K33. It goes from 102.53 to 102.57, right? But I'm a little hesitant on leaving D33 just strictly user input, user typing it in, because if the user misspells it, like they say annually spelled with one L, it'll give you an error in cell K33, and if I hadn't made that error, or if I hadn't made that so that it said edit cell D33, it would probably say something like pound value or name. I think it might say name. So let's try to make this coupons paid D33 a drop-down menu. To do that, we go to pretend we're at home. We go to data, data validation, and settings. So it says right now allow any value. We can change it to be basically anything. You can make it, a time, a date, or decimal and whole number. And decimal and whole number are actually really great if you're talking about interest rates. If you have it set so that the user should put in 0.9 to be 90%, and they type in 90, and it actually ends up being 9,000%. You can play with these to make it so that they can only type in 0.9. So right now we're going to choose list, though, because this will allow us to choose from a drop-down menu. There are many uses for this, but I usually use it so that you guarantee the spelling on a user input. So let's do the source. Now, you think you should just be able to type in, semi-annually here, but you actually have to go and select. You have to put the inputs into somewhere else on the worksheet so that this can look the data validation list can look to that group of cells. So let's go to do list source, and then we click source. This, go to the cell, go to the sheet thing, and we scroll down. And I already put them in here. Just put them somewhere where you know where they are. And I left the first one blank, and then I do annually and I drag down to annually and semi-annually, press enter, brings us back to the data validation. Now you're done with this part, but you want to go to input message. I usually want it to show an input message when the cell is selected, so I just typed please select from one of the drop-down options and press OK. So now if we go to the part where our data is, if we were to click on this cell, now it has an arrow here and it says please select from one of the drop-down options. So it allows us to click semi-annually or annually, and if I click annually, it works, and there's no way that the user can misspell it. And if someone tried to type in a number here like 2, it would say, whoa, watch out, there's a problem. But however, if you were to type in, if you just go to here and type in annually and spelled it correctly, it would know that you were trying to select annually here. So it allows the user to type annually in there if they don't want to pull the drop-down menu, which is good if you're using your arrow keys rather than the mouse arrow, because there's no way to access the drop-down arrow without having to touch your mouse. So that is drop-down menus. Let's take a quick look at if-then statements. This is a pretty confusing if-then statement in this cell, so I'll just run through really quick a bit, then I'm going to show you a brief, actually I'll first show you what a brief if-then statement looks like. So you just type in equals if, parentheses, and now it says logical test. So the logical test I'm going to do is just to see if the bond is priced at par. So I'm going to say if the discount rate equals because we have the coupons in dollars, we're going to do coupon in dollars divided by par value. That will give us a coupon percentage rate. So if those are equal, we want it to say par, and if not, we want it to say not priced at par. And we end with a quotation mark and a parentheses to finish off the if statement. And I'm going to type HMM to merge those cells. So it says not priced at par. And we can see that that's true. If we made this $9, it would be priced at par. And if you saw when I typed in $9 in par, the color of this cell changed, cell K33. And that leads us to conditional formatting. Actually, that leads us to conditional formatting. So go into the cell you want to conditional format, and you say home, conditional formatting, and usually you'd say new rule, but I'm going to do manage rules. And you can go to manage rules rather than say new rules yourself if you haven't had any of these set up. And you can just type in new rule, hit new rule, and then it'll say all these options. The one I use most is format only cells that contain something. So let's now do what I did here. So format only cells that contain format only cells with a cell value greater than G33, and G33, if you look, is the par value. So I'm saying if the cell value, which is the price, is greater than par, it's priced at premium. So we change the format to be green fill, and the font is bold, and the color is white. Say OK, and we say OK, and this brings us back to the rule manager. We can click apply, and we did the same thing. So this was priced at premium. This one is if the cell value is equal to the par value, then it's priced at par, which you see is blue. And if the cell value is less than the par value, it's priced at a discount, which is orange. So we'll say apply, and this rule right here is just so that if the user hasn't selected anything for that row where we had the drop-down menu, it'll say edit cell D33, so that they know they have to change the input over there. And that you just do cell value. If the cell value is equal to, and you can type in anything you want here. So if the cell value is equal to, the reason I have edit 33 here, edit cell D33, is if you look at my if-then statement, that's one of the answers. It says if it's not priced at if cell D33 doesn't say annually and doesn't say semi-annually, then it doesn't say anything. It means the user hasn't put anything in there. So I say edit cell D33. So I just made that say the same thing here, and you have to do equals, quotation marks, your phrase, and then quotation marks. So you say OK, apply, OK. So that was conditional formatting. We can watch how it works if I change this to be, or that won't change it. If I change the coupon rate to be $10, rather than saying it's priced at par, which it says right now, because it's blue, it'll say it's priced at a premium, and it gives you the green color. So that was drop-down menus, if statements, and conditional formatting in a quick amount of time. Thank you.